In the last lecture, we created an allow anonymous decorator. Here we created this allow anonymous decorator. So our requirement is on whichever route we use this allow anonymous decorator, that should be a public route and it should be accessed by anyone. For that, we are going to modify this allow anonymous decorator. So in the last lecture, we learned that in order to create a decorator, we create a decorator factory. In this case, this allow anonymous is a decorator factory. Basically, it is a function which should return a decorator function. So here we are creating a decorator function and we are returning it. But now what we want is, instead of returning a custom decorator function, here I am going to use a Nest.js built-in decorator, which is set metadata. And to use this set metadata, we also need to import it from nestjs/common. Okay, and we want to return this decorator from this decorator factory method. From this decorator factory function. Now, the set metadata decorator, it takes two parameters. The first parameter is the key. For the key, I'm going to specify the key as is public, and the value for this key can be anything. Here, I'm going to set its value as true. All right. Now, what this set metadata will do is, on whichever route we will use this allow anonymous decorator, on that, on the execution context, it is going to set this is public property to true. So it is going to add a metadata on that execution context. The name of that metadata will be is public and its value will be true. And what we can do is we can read that metadata from the execution context. And how can we read it? Let's see that. So we have this authorize guard. In here, we are going to modify it a little bit in order to allow anonymous access for some of the routes. For that, first of all, we need to inject an instance of reflector class here. So here I'm going to create a private read-only property and I'm going to call it as reflector, and this is going to be of type reflector. And to use this reflector, we need to import it from nestjs/go. So in here, we are injecting an instance of reflector class. Now using this reflector, we are going to read the metadata. Now how can we read the metadata? So let's say this all logic which we have written inside this can activate method, it should happen only for protected routes. But before executing this logic, we are going to read the metadata from the execution context. So here, let me put a comment. So here we want to read is public metadata. And for that, first let me create a variable. Let's call it as is public. And in order to read the is public metadata, we are going to make use of reflector instance. And on that, we have a method called get all and override. Okay. To this method, we are going to specify the metadata which we want to read. In this case, we want to read this is public metadata. So this is public metadata will be available for only those routes, only those execution context on which we are going to use this allow anonymous decorator, right? So we are going to read this, and to read this here we are going to pass an array, and in that array we are going to specify from where do we want to read it. And to specify that, here we have this context object. So on the context object, first we are going to check if the handler function has this metadata. So for that, I'll say get handler. That means here, when we are using this allow anonymous decorator on this method is basically the handler method. Okay, any endpoint which you create here, these are handler methods. So we are going to check on that handler if we have this is public metadata available, or we are also going to specify context.get class. So we are also going to check if that metadata is available on that class. So if I use this allow anonymous on this controller class to check if on this controller class this metadata is present or not, we are also specifying this get class. So basically, this reflector instance, it is going to check if this is public, if this metadata is present on a handler or a class. If it is present, the value of that metadata will be returned and it will be assigned to this is public property. But if it is not present, in that case, this is public will be undefined. So now we are going to check if is public is available. That means if is public is true. In that case, as we have learned before, from this connectivate method, if we return true, in that case, the route will be accessible. But if we return false, then the route will not be accessible. So if this is public metadata is present on any route, in that case, we simply want to return true from here. That means that route should be accessible by anyone. It should be a public route. Otherwise, if this is public is undefined, that means this is public metadata is not available on that route. So in that case, we want to execute rest of the logic in order to protect that route. With this, if I save the changes and if we go to Postman, and from there, since we have already used allow anonymous decorator on the login endpoint, now if I try to access that endpoint, we should not get unauthorized access. Instead, it should allow us to access that URL. So now you can see that that URL is public now. But for some reason, again, I'm seeing the response as 201 created. But for login, it should be 200 OK. Right. So let's go back to VS Code. Let's go to auth controller. And here I had decorated this login endpoint by setting a status code for it. But anyway, let's go and let's add it again. So here let's use HTTP code. And to this, we are going to pass HTTP status dot OK. Let me save the changes here. Let's go back to Postman. And if I send the request again, we should be able to log in. And now you will see that the response code is 200. So this is okay. But if I go to sign up and if I try to create a new user, I will get 401 unauthorized because that sign up endpoint, it is still a private endpoint. And I want to make that public as well. So all we have to do is we have to use this allow anonymous decorator on this sign up endpoint also, like this. Let's save the changes. Let's go back to Postman and let's create a new user. So here, let me create a test user. Okay. Let's say the email is test@gmail.com. Let's keep the password as test1234. Name is test. Last name is user. And let's keep the gender as male. And if I send the request now this user should be created. As you can see that now this endpoint is accessible to all users. To access this sign up endpoint or to access this login endpoint, the user need not to be authorized. These two endpoints should be accessible by anyone. And for that, we created this allow anonymous decorator. All this decorator is doing is it is setting this is public metadata on the execution context, and in the authorized guard we are checking if that is public metadata is present on the request, and if it is true, in that case we are allowing the user to access the route. Otherwise, if this metadata is not present, then this variable will be undefined. In that case, this if condition will return false. So this statement will not be executed and rest of the code will be executed to make that route protected. And in this way, for some of the routes, we have allowed anonymous access. This is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.